Good evening, you're watching News Mongolia on MNB World. I'm your host, Darkhan. And for our top stories, 550 new cases confirmed and death toll has reached 200 on Friday. Darkhan city will become an all-apartment city with no gate district by 2035. Turkish Ambassador presented his credentials to President of Mongolia. And for the news, stay tuned. On Friday, the Ministry of Health reported 550 new coronavirus cases. In recent days, Mongolia has seen a decline in emerging cases. The recovery rate is currently at 80%, but the death toll has reached 200.
In the past 24 hours, over 7,500 people were tested for COVID-19 and 515 new cases were confirmed. The total number of coronavirus cases in Mongolia is now 47,548. Health officials report that the recovery rate has increased to 80%. The vaccination rollout is still ongoing among the public. It says 95.7% of capital cities' residents have received their first shot of the vaccine. Starting from last Saturday, the state of emergency has eased and public is now allowed with more free access to public services and transport. But the public is still advised to strictly adhere to the sanitary regime, because data shows only 50% of first-shot recipients have been inoculated with the second shot. Therefore, there is still a high risk for people to be infected by the coronavirus, as it takes time for proper immunization to develop. In Mongolia, there are 1,200,000 children under the age of 18 who have as yet not received any vaccine shots. Therefore, citizens should consider the well-being of children even though they become protected against the virus. According to Johns Hopkins University, the total number of global coronavirus cases is now at 160 million. The number of confirmed deaths is over 3,300,000.
On Thursday, Prime Minister Oyun made a visit to Darkhan city in northern Darkhan province. Darkhan city is Mongolia's second largest city. By 2035, the city plans to shift into an all-apartment city with no gate districts. During his visit, the Prime Minister confirmed the government support of the project.
Darkhan city currently has a population of over 100,000. According to their city development plan, they aim to house 80% of their population in apartments by 2030. The master plan is to completely remove traditional gear districts and build apartments for 100,000 families by 2035. As a consequence, the city's population is estimated to grow threefold, which is up to 300,000 in the coming years. Within this framework, a subsidiary project called Youth Town 3 is ready to be started in Darkhan city. During his visit, Prime Minister Oyun noted the project is in line with the government's decentralization policy and claimed the government will fund 50 billion Mongolian tugriks for the building of this new modern town.
One of the four main objectives of the current government is the policy of decentralization, and it has a direct link to creating workplaces. The Darkhan city administration is planning to implement the Youth Town project through a public-private partnership. As the Prime Minister, I'm fully supporting this project. It says the project needs 50 billion Mongolian tugriks in the building of the infrastructure. I claim the government has decided to begin setting aside that amount for next year's state budget in stages.
The Youth Town 3 development will cover an area of 11 hectares. It will include 18 apartments of 9 floors each, 2 kindergartens, a school for 480 children, parking lots, shopping malls, and green facilities. Furthermore, the Prime Minister noted that the government will implement a comprehensive policy to decentralize the capital city. For instance, companies that create workplaces outside the city will receive tax benefits. The new system will encourage professionals such as teachers and doctors with monetary benefits if they choose to work in the countryside.
Now let's take a look at Mongolia's current affairs.
The ambassador of the Republic of Turkey, Zafer Atesh, presented his letter of credence to the President of Mongolia, Халтмаагийн Баттулга. President Баттулга expressed his appreciation for the ambassador's appointment to Mongolia. The dignitaries exchanged views on the possibilities of enhancing bilateral cooperation in the areas of history, heritage, tourism, and agriculture. The ambassador expressed his happiness with his new post as the head of the diplomatic mission to Mongolia, with whom Turkey has a long-standing historic friendship. He also pledged his aspiration to put in his best efforts to broaden the bilateral cooperation in tourism, trade, agriculture, heritage, and historic studies, as well as increasing the frequency of high-level exchanges. President Bаттulga underlined the important role of the new direct flight route between Mongolia and Turkey in tourism cooperation and highlighted that there is a great potential in promoting the Mongolia-Turkey route. The head of state also asked the ambassador to convey his warmest greetings to the President of the Republic of Turkey, Recep Tayyip Erdogan.
The Prime Minister Oyu Yildirim and the working group visited the Darkhan Tannery complex located in Hongursum of Darkhan province on May 12. The construction of the complex started in 2018 on 18 hectares of land. It's estimated that 13 tanneries will process 10 million hides, 10,000 tons of wool and 1,000 tons of cashmere annually. Establishment of the complex will create about 7,500 permanent jobs. The construction work of the sheep and goat leather processing factory is about 18% complete, and the same applies to the work in progress for the steam boiler. The construction of this Darkhan Tannery complex will have economic benefits and social significance, such as processing livestock raw materials domestically, the production of world-class value-added leather products, and sustainable local employment opportunities. Now let's take a look at the currency exchange rates provided by Mongol Bank. Now let's take a look at the weather forecast of world's major cities. Well, that's all for today, and thank you for staying with us. We will see you next week with more news and updates. Have a nice evening. Goodbye.